up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am doing my first ever review video in a really long time. So today I'm going to be reviewing Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and I just finished this a couple weeks ago. I got this book from my Owl Crate, and I honestly didn't really know what to expect. I had been like borrowing this from my e-library forever, and I just never read it. And the reason why I didn't read the hardcover is because I have OCD, and it's really hard for me to read books from like an outside source on my bed, so I usually do ebooks. But for some reason, whenever I move to a new place, my OCD isn't as bad, so I was able to actually read this in bed, which was amazing. But then my OCD kicked in not too long after, so yeah, I'm really torn up about that. It's a work in progress. This is a book about a girl named Scarlett and her sister Tila, something like that. I don't really know how to pronounce it. They live on this island, and their dad is like some big, like, important dude. He like rules the island or whatever. And they get invited to this carnival that only comes every so often. Scarlett has been writing to the master of it for years and years and years, and he has never responded up until she ironically mentioned she's getting married, and then suddenly her and her sister have an invitation to go. Her sister is like not that great of a person, to be honest, and she gets caught up with this sailor who's in their island, who agrees to help them get to this carnival, and that's about it. So Scarlett is the more headstrong, rational sister, and her sister is the one who kind of like takes all these chances. Her father is really strict, and so her sister is always like, no, don't make him mad, and her little sister is like, we're gonna die anyway, what's the point? Which I agree on both spectrums, but I feel like her sister could have been a little bit more respectful to her older sister and could have been a little bit more responsible when it came to certain things. Though I guess if she had not been, then the story would not have been dragged along. So what happens is her sister and the sailor kidnaps Scarlett and takes her to the island where this carnival is being held. She loses her sister somehow, and so she's stuck with the sailor. And as soon as she gets on this island, it's like everything doesn't make sense. It's like Alice in Wonderland carnival version. Like, no one's making sense, nothing is making sense. You have to find clues for this weekend that it's going on, and the winner is granted one wish. And so everybody's looking for clues, and all this other stuff is happening. And the thing that annoyed me the most was that Scarlett was so caught up in, is my sister safe? Is she okay? Where is she? Which I understand her concern, but I feel like she missed out on everything the island and the carnival had to offer because she was so caught up in finding her sister. Which, okay, if I was missing somebody, I would kind of be caught up in it too, but I guess I'm just mad because I wanted to know more about the land that this was taking place in and why nothing made sense, or like how things worked and stuff like that. And all I'm reading is some girl running around looking for her sister, which in the end ended up that everybody was looking for her sister because the mission for this particular carnival was to find the kidnapped girl who happened to be Scarlett's sister. A lot of things happen in this book that kind of throw you off. There's a lot of other elements in it and other people that get thrown in, and you start questioning who's actually telling the truth, who's actually trying to help Scarlett, and who's just trying to use her to find, because they think that she knows where her sister is. A lot of things happen that I felt were a little bit unnecessary in the book, but I don't really know what purpose they served in the overall like aspect of the whole story, because I still feel like they didn't really need to be there. But the ending of the book wasn't exactly what I had expected, and the very ending looked like it opened up for another book in this series, though to be completely honest, I don't know if I would read it, simply because I was really into this when I first started reading it, and there's a few quotes in here that I actually really liked that had to do with like decisions fears, time, not letting things like change who you are, or not letting things dictate your actions. And then once it got to like the ending of the book, I kind of felt like I wasn't all that interested in it anymore, because it wasn't as strong as it was from the beginning to the middle of the book, if that makes sense. So yeah, while I enjoyed it and while I enjoyed the idea behind the book, I did not like the ending. So for that, I probably would give the second book a try, but I probably wouldn't really go in with very high expectations. I am, however, glad that I did finally get to read this book. So yeah, that is my thoughts on that particular title. Now I really want to read A Night Circus because it kind of has the same elements from what I hear, and it's been a while. I think it's about time I gave that book a read, so I might pick that one up next. I am working on reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I am also still trying to finish Winter, and I am also thinking about starting Roseblood, which was another book I got from my Alt crate. So yeah, that's probably going to be my TBR for the rest of August, and hopefully I actually succeed in finishing it, so we'll see. That's it for now, and I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye!